Pro wrestlers form a powerful bond with their fans through their performances, and it hurts so much when we witness our wrestling heroes pass away unexpectedly. I'm SoCal Val, and here are 5 wrestlers who died unexpectedly. Number 5, Brodie Lee. In 2020, Brodie Lee, aka WWE's Luke Harper, was having the run of his life as the leader of AEW's Dark Order. He became the AEW TNT champion by defeating Cody Rhodes and was immensely popular among the fans despite being a heel. However, after losing his title back to Rhodes on the October 7th, 2020 episode of Dynamite, Lee took a hiatus from AEW. Many believed that the reason for this hiatus was an in-ring injury, but that wasn't the case. Since late October, Lee was receiving treatment for idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, a rare lung condition that ultimately took his life on December 26th, 2020. The wrestling world was shook when the news of Lee's untimely passing came out, as no one knew the seriousness of his absence from AEW. Tributes were made on Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and AEW Dynamite in the week following his passing. Rest in peace, Brodie. You will always be in our memories. Number 4, Test. Test was a popular wrestler in WWE during the Attitude Era and was featured in several high-profile storylines throughout his run. Having won numerous mid-card championships in the company, Test had a memorable run till his release in 2004. However, he was brought back to WWE in 2006 as part of the ECW roster. After an underwhelming run that lasted until February of 2007, Test was suspended from the company for violating WWE's wellness policy. A week later, Test was released from his contract, and according to Jim Ross, the release was requested by Test himself. On March 19, 2009, Test was found dead in his apartment in Tampa, Florida, and the cause of his death was said to be due to an overdose of a prescribed pain medication called oxycodone. It was later revealed that Test was in drug and alcohol rehab since August of 2008. Number 3, Bruiser Brody. Bruiser Brody was a legendary wrestler who popularized the hardcore style of wrestling in the world. His image as a ruthless brawler who would leave his opponents bloody earned him a lot of notoriety among the fans and also among fellow pro wrestlers. On July 16, 1988, Brody was scheduled to wrestle at a wrestling show in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Before the match, Brody was taken to the shower area for a discussion by a fellow wrestler and booker, Jose Huertas Gonzalez. The discussions turned violent, and soon 2 loud screams were heard and people started rushing to the scene. It was later revealed that Gonzalez had fatally stabbed Brody. Bruiser Brody died, and Gonzalez was acquitted of his murder due to a flawed prosecution in Puerto Rico. Conspiracies surrounding Brody's death gained popularity, and many believe that his murder was pre-planned. Brody was inducted posthumously into WWE's Hall of Fame in 2019 for his contributions to pro wrestling. Number 2, Randy Savage. Few in wrestling have attained the absolute peak of stardom like Macho Man Randy Savage. Apart from being a 2-time world champion, the Macho Man is an icon whose popularity transcends pro wrestling, making him a mainstream attraction worldwide. In 1994, Savage left WWE to sign with WCW, performing for the company until the year 2000. In 2004, Savage had a brief stint with TNA which lasted for a month before hanging up his wrestling boots for good. On May 20th, 2011, Savage died after suffering a sudden heart attack while driving his car with his wife in the passenger seat. Tributes were given to him on the following week's episode of WWE Raw and TNA. In 2015, Savage was posthumously inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame by his longtime rival, Hulk Hogan. Number 1, Owen Hart. Not only was Owen Hart a legitimate prodigy of the respected Hart family, but also a superstar who had big things in his future. However, Hart's life tragically ended on May 23, 1999, when he fell to his death at WWE's Over the Edge show in a failed aerial stunt. Hart was playing the Blue Blazer character, and the stunt was created to fail on purpose for comedic effect. A quick release mechanism was added to his harness, which Hart triggered unintentionally while trying to get comfortable in the suit. As a result, Hart fell 78 feet down and landed chest first on the top rope, which ultimately caused his death. Jim Ross announced to the world on live TV that Hart had succumbed to his injuries and passed away. Hart's legacy lives on in his family and other wrestlers of the current generation who he inspired with his incredible character work and unmatched in-ring skills. We miss you, Owen. And that's our list. For Sportskeeda Wrestling, I'm SoCal Val. We'll see you next time.